Grab a chair here. Good morning, everybody. Quick video. I figured I would do a little more. I gotta clean while I mess and talk. A video discussing more kind of what I'm thinking for Wednesdays. So I'm gonna do a tech tip, like the more you know. I'm trying to come up with a neat name for what I'm gonna call. Can't do Tech Tip Tuesday or stuff like that because I want to do it on a Wednesday. So the more you know, that kind of. I'm still working on a name. It's a running shtick right now, but they're going to be shorts. There'll be some more in depth, but there's lots to tackle in this hobby. Some of it's funny, some of it's not. There's all kinds of simple things. Like literally, I could do a tech tip on props. Like what props are hot right now, which props are not. Nostalgic props. I mean, you could do a 2 or 3 minute video on that. I could do a tutorial on how to wire LEDs, how to program LEDs. If you didn't know, I'm really into LEDs. Settings for the Insta. So what I'm going to do on top of this is, if it catches on, because YouTube's funny like that, what is a tech tip that somebody would be interested in? Leave a comment in this video, something that you're interested in. Tools. Okay, here, simple tools. What do you use for a prop tool? Where did you get your prop tool? Your soldering iron. The type of props you use on a Cinewhoop. Which HD camera do you use on a Cinewhoop? Which ND filter style do you use? ND16, ND32, ND8. So there's all these little dinky tips that can be used, or how to mount or custom mount or be creative, putting a mount on something that doesn't belong in there, or even has a mount if you don't have a 3D printer but you already have a mount and you can't customize, so on and so forth. What brand solder and what type of solder to use. There's an endless amount of fun, cool knowledge that can make entertaining videos that I see as being a fun, long-running thing. And again, it stretches past. And I'm going to do some giveaways and other things, I think, with this too. Like this is going to be one of the first ones. I'm going to give away a Bluetooth keyboard. And why? Why would I need a keyboard? Well, if you're making videos and you have a phone and you want to do a long text and you only have a phone, this can be Bluetooth to your phone and you can completely write out your description or other things. This has a lot of functions. And with some TVs that have the Bluetooth function, you can connect this to the TV. You can also connect it to your laptop. So let's say your setup is your laptop and it's underneath your TV and you're laying in bed and you want to edit. You can get a Bluetooth mouse and you can get a Bluetooth keyboard and you can sit in bed and you can edit. So there are all kinds of fun little things that we can do together that will be fun. And I've got, like I said, a couple of creative, fun, spoofy style things that I will allude to a little bit down the road. Like one of the #1 tips for saving money in this hobby. What would your answer be? I got a funny answer for that, but I'm going to save it. And again, I try to share what tech stuff I use. Like, for example, would you recommend the Bones, the GoPro? And that would be a tough answer based on the way you fly. If you're a cinematic flyer, if you fly a little slower, I'd recommend it to you. But if you're flipping and doing bandos and stuff like that, then I would tell you no, because it's going to smash and it's not going to survive. I am a cinematic flyer. The freestyle thing's slowly kind of weaning its way out, and that camera's perfect for me. And I'm also, like I said, I'm going to have to go over that. I'm getting a mount for it, and I'm going to use it as a vlog setup. I'm going to create a little thing on here so we can hold a battery. I've got a little voltage checker that has an alarm, so when the battery gets low, I know when it's going low, so I can swap out the batteries and not ruin the GoPro or lose the footage. So that's going to be a fun little project. When it comes to editing, the way that I edit, I can share those tips and tricks, and it may help or inspire, or whatever word you want to use, for somebody that's just starting off. Because there's basic editing. There's adding a transition. There's adding music. Makes every video better. Are you a guy that likes to put the quad sound in versus not? That's based on your style of flying and what kind of video you're going for. I tend to not, because I do a cinematic style video, so the song is important to hear. The transitions are based upon that, so I don't use the quad sound. Plus, the droning sound of Cinewhoop going through is kind of obnoxious and a pain in the ass, so nobody wants to hear that. So yeah, there's just an endless amount of things, and like I said, I'm gonna put it out there on every video to throw me ideas of what you want to hear or tech tips that you want to share, so we can. It's helping the community, you know, because something that you might come up with is something that I might not ever come up with, and it'll help me. So it's just a full circle thing where we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. And here's the first question. This is my first FPV quad I have ever purchased and flown as a full kit. Completely different now than, you know, the way it comes. There's no motors. I wish I had a set of 4 dead motors that I could put on here to add to it, but can anybody name this frame? Super unique, and it shows how long I've been in the hobby, because this thing hasn't been around in quite some time. I did an Army of Two style canopy to go on this crazy looking thing. I wish I still had all the other canopies that I painted, but name it. Somebody put it in the comments. See if anybody can figure it out. But stay tuned. Let me know your thoughts on what I'm doing, and I look forward to it. It's going to be fun. I don't think I'm going to do them live. Maybe once in a while. It's tough, especially when bowling season starts, to on a Wednesday night do a live video. But that would be fun. We could do a question and answer style setup. So I may pre-record a handful of them and do it that way. That way, knock a couple out, so it keeps that content rolling and stuff for you guys. So I'm going to charge up some batteries. I'm going to sneak out of the house at sunrise tomorrow and take a ride around. And I've not really flown the bones other than just a test flight. And I farted around with Real Steady and trying some of the settings. I do have an ND filter. I've got an ND16 on it now. And I'm going to try that in the conditions tomorrow. I'm going to mess with some of the settings in the GoPro, the ISO, shutter, all that fun stuff to get the best footage that I can. I have it on pickles here. Not a huge fan. I did order a new mount. I do like the fact that it's centered. Oop, touch the lens. I like the fact that this is centered with OCD. This isn't really bothering me. The fact that it's that high up in the air, I can't stand. If I push it and drop it down, because I'm using the OEM style little nugget stand that it comes with, it pushes it really far out, which looks cool and lowers the center of this down, but it gets in the way. And that with a wide ass angle, the baby Rattel, it picks it up. So I don't know, maybe pushing it all the way back a little bit farther might be the key, but we'll see how the new mount comes. There's a few of them out there. So I did order the offset mount, so this will be pushed over, but it centers everything. And then I found another one that's basically the way this is, that I'm going to experiment with putting on, where is it, that versus that. So there's a couple things coming up. Like I said, I'm going to do a huge, it's too dark over there, a huge change to one of the 5-inch quads. And I haven't figured out which one I want to go with yet. It's up in the air, could be either one. So big change coming for one of them. One of them's a chilled, more cinematic flyer. The rates are really low. The other one's the rocket ship. Yeah, Tatas will do 80 miles an hour in a blink of an eye. And I kind of find myself being bored. It's fast, and it does crazy rolls and stuff like that. But that's just, that's not where my flight style is going lately. So I'm still stuck between which one I want to mess with. So stay tuned. And there'll be a video out Monday. I haven't figured out which one. I got to upload one for Monday, and then you will see me again Wednesday with our Wildin' Out. When you can't do that, I don't know. We'll work on it. If you have a good idea for a name for it, throw me some a hint here so I can come up with a fun name. But on that note, what time is it? Peace out.